Yep, John Deere 470G. This is the one that's just going red all over the place randomly. A bucket will go out, the stick will go out, the boom, the body, or all of it will go out just randomly. This is going to be my fourth visit. I've done a whole wipe on the GX55. Made a new machine file for it, checked out the sensors, the wires, everything on it. The only thing that we could come up with that we saw as a possible issue was the backpack on the GX55 itself, where the power cable connects to. It was missing a few of those sleeves in there, and we're thinking it's losing contact on the sensor side. So I have a new Medusa cable, and this is where the actual sensors connect in. It goes straight into the display, and that's where it's experiencing the problem. So we're going to try this first, and if that doesn't work, we'll throw a new Medusa cable on and run with it that way and see, because there really isn't much left to that except for maybe the MCI 4. That might be an MCI 3, I forget. Just bad something inside. So, but we've gone and tested most of that stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we're gonna throw a new cover on this today. Yeah, I got one boogered up bolt hole, two boogered up. I'm gonna have to cut that off and re-weld that pad on there. That would be the easiest thing to do than trying to drill out those holes. And this is what I don't see any sleeves. Well, might be a couple missing out of that. We'll change that backpack and see what happens. Alright, replace a damaged backpack, that right there, on a GX55. Nothing more than just taking off these 4 screws right there, and it'll be right in there. So, where is it? There it is, just like that. And it'll clamp in. And what did I do with my... And there it is, right there. Gonna need 2 hands to pull that up. Disconnected, I believe. Yep. And just unscrew that large outer nut. Pull it on through. It's hard to say if this is going to be the one part that's doing the damage, but we gotta think about that as an option. Replacing that whole entire cable is quite extensive, but you know, typically, and I looked at this end, it didn't show any damage or anything. So I mean, it could be in the cable head itself, but this will determine that real quick. If it continues to do it, that Medusa cable's going on. When you install these, you'll see the large gap right there for the connector that goes down like that. So it goes that way towards the cover face. Clip it back in, screw it down. Hope that's the problem. That part is not a cheap part, so if you booger it up, that's on you. So the difference, you see the difference there, and there you can clearly see the pins, and these are really, that's a bad one right there, I can tell you that much right now. You see it? It's hard to zoom in with this camera, but there's a bad pin. So that could be it right there. They're going to be swapping out excavators here in a second or two. I got a 350 coming up to take its place, so I can grind off that sensor pad, put on a new one, calibrate that machine up. It said the calibration's pretty off on it, so and then we'll test out the display as well. We might have to put that new Medusa cable in, not sure yet. So about a good hour for repairs on that one. Okay, my turn. Alright, yeah, see, we got to grind that off. I'm just going to go ahead and put a new cable on that. That one's pretty ratty looking. and it looks like it had a couple impacts right here and here, so we'll put a new cable on it as well, new protective hose. I think I'm gonna move that green clamp. I'm gonna leave that one there, but I'm gonna also put another one down here, because I don't like them up that high. I like them down here. It keeps them away from that pin. So let's get to work. Yeah, see that? The only thing that was holding this cable in was that green clamp connector. Yeah, so that needed to be replaced anyway. It was still making contact. It was still good contact. It was still working, but you know, and you see what holds that on, that little tiny silicone plastic crimp. So yeah, and that one fell right out too. That one's good. I don't like the way it's on there. Need some protective hose. I think we'll do that. That's it. All you need to do is knock one good bead off, get your chisel behind it, and pull it off. You see how that dog bone is curved? What I do is I take my straight level from pin to pin, create a line, and then I just measure over and make sure that pad is straight. If you look at it, it doesn't look straight, but it is straight. So you want to get that sensor pad and that sensor is straight along those two pin lines as much as possible, exact if capable. So before I weld on the other green clamp I'm going to use for this, just leave the sensor loose. That way it gives it some play, and you can zip your green clamp down here. Try to run that all the way, that hose all the way down as far as you can. It'll keep things nice and protected. And then to keep this away from that, we'll run it up here. I don't like that spot way up there like that. It has the potential to come down. This is a better spot down here. Alright, with the green clamp being down here instead of up here, what you can do now is you can take and put a twist in that cable, and it's forever going to stay away from that pin. Yep. That's simple. It's never going to rub, it's never going to touch. That's it. Now if you ran it like this, it's going to touch, it's going to rub, it's going to bang. If you ran it like this, it's going to rub. Just put a twist in it. It keeps it right off of it. Nice and easy. Just like that. If anything, the only thing that'll ever touch is that spot right there, and that's it. It's not going to get all caught up in there and rub. It's not going to catch behind. It's twisted, it's braided, so it's going to stay that form. I'll just run this up here the rest of the way. I'll have to add another green clamp right there, because they should have done that. They should have actually extended this all the way over, but I'm going to reuse their little clamps they put there. So. And there you have it. One new sensor pad, sensor cover, new hose, new cable. Now I'm gonna bring the system down. I'm gonna put a hose up on that stick cable, because I just don't like the way that looks. That's gonna go bad soon. Might as well fix it while I'm here. All right, now time for the flex test. You see how that never even touches? Never comes close. Hope I didn't get that. There we go. Good measurement on that green clamp. I think it's actually touching a little bit. I might have to move it. Yeah, it's touching a little bit. I'll move that green clamp.
Let's start cutting this.
Yeah, we hit just a tiny little bit I'll move that over a little bit. I thought I had that measurement just right, but it needed an extra 1/4 inch, maybe, if that. All right, so we'll do that. I want to put a protective hose all along this cable coming up here, so I don't like. All right, I got that new clamp put on. I got the hose put on. Let's do a little flex test on it. Then we can throw the display back in and give her a try. Alright, now for the test. I hope that backpack worked. It did have, the cable was connected all the way through, just that threaded piece was not secured on it any longer. Old cable. That's weird. Everything is yellow.
Over here roughly. I mean, take it all the way down. I'll be over there first.
Wow. Got 12 available. There we go. Finally just popped in. 6 out of 10 with the newest firmware. That's interesting. We can do is have them run it. I need to go ahead and calibrate this machine, take some measurements, redo the measurements for the dog bone, and reshoot all that. 'Cause I did move the sensor. Didn't move much, but enough for calibration. So we'll go ahead and calibrate now. Alright, so you remember the backpack I put in the GX55? Well, that's not the issue, so we ruled that out. The only thing left to do, one, is what I'm doing right now, making an entire new machine builder, a new machine file with all new measurements, new calibrations, everything, because if that file is corrupt, that could do it. Before changing out that whole entire cable, we got to eliminate all the possibilities. So that's what I'm doing now, just going through the machine, taking new measurements, and going to calibrate it up on a new machine file and delete the old one. 470G, I think the G means ghost. There's ghosts in this machine. So I am changing out this main Medusa cable because I just put a test one on, brand new test one on, and it started working immediately. So now it's done that before on its own. So I don't know. Geez, how many zip ties do you need? Good grief. 6, 7. Oh, look, there's more. Oh, look, another one. Jeez. Enough zip ties? I guess they didn't want that to go anywhere. Not that it could. Alright, so I'll change out this cable. Just got to rewire the battery and reroute it all the way through this machine. So, and then we'll try it again. Hopefully the ghost has been caught. because this is never fun, changing out a main cable like this. Okay, and who knows where it went bad, if it went bad. Guess we'll find out. And one old Medusa cable, one new Medusa cable. And the fun with this is trying to get through that little tiny hole down there, because they would have ran this big huge display head first before putting in those other cables. So that'll be fun. Yep, like I said, that'll be fun. So I had to disconnect everything and drop it down through so I can get that one through. Now I can pass up the other ones. Always fun. Alright, so now the cab side is done. I just got to route the display underneath, up a hole up here, and run the power back to the batteries. That mess right there. Yeah, it's not easy running cables through filthy machines. You got to do a little bit of digging out. Just use a little pipe. Alright, so we got the power cable up here. Whew, that was a task. For sure. Just power it in and we'll button it up and ready to go and try. Okay, new Medusa cable's in. Let's give it a try. Hopefully it goes green and stays green. That is just so weird. Didn't see any damage on it. But, you know, with these guys putting their lunch pail down and stuff, this was the likely spot, but I didn't see any damage. Of course, you don't know what the condition of the wires are inside. But weird. Because everything had to do with the sensor side, which is over here, which could have been this connector. Yeah. I know. One of those. Alright, let's see what happens. You know, it's just about ready to rain on me. It's coming. This one needed a lot of work. Still not done, because the calibration, when you go flat and vertical, it's about a 10th off. So something, I recalibrated the boom, I recalibrated the stick, I recalibrated the bucket. I'm going to take those measurements again for the, hang on a minute. I'll take those measurements again for the dog bone pins. And I'll reshoot the bucket, because what it says when you go vertical to flat, if there's a difference, it's usually in those pins. Look at this. Yellow, yellow, yellow. It's all good. The only thing we can do is run it and see what happens. They never turn their base on. I guess their base is on. It's just slow to connect. Alright, yeah, so I'm going to retake those measurements for the dog bone. We're good. We're yellow. We're initialized. So, interesting. Alright, new dog bone measurements. Let's see if we can get this squared away. Those are the dog bone measurements right there. Number 1, I got 2.455. That's 200ths. Number 2, I got 171. Wow. That's a 2.33. Number 3, oh wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. Number 3 should be 1.71. Number 2 is the back. That should be 2.335. Number 4 is the front, 1.71. Number 3 is the one I got. Okay, that's 1.85. Alright, good grief. My brain is not working. Alright, so 2.45 on the top, 2.46. It just goes to the next highest. Number 2 should be 2.33, goes to the next highest. Number 3 should be 1.85, that's good. And number 4 should be 1.71, okay. And let's edit, so I retook the measurements for the bucket. 6 feet width is good, 6.59 is good. Okay, let's restart, see if it gives us any trouble. Better not. Alright, that's what we want. Alright. Now I'm going to test the bucket. So, what I'll do, actually, just hang on. Create me a little line like that. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll show you in a minute. Alright, that's what I did. Just create a little line. I'm going to measure the right side. Put it on the right. The left tooth is worn down more than the right. We got 70425. Alright. Remember that number. Alright, there we go. Let's reshoot. 70425. 70391. That's off. And I don't know where it's off at. I've calibrated this whole machine. How much movement is in this? Interesting. Yeah, I see that bucket right there, see that pin, but I don't know if that could create that much play. That pin is wore out. Alright, let me play with it. I'm thinking my 4/10 are coming from that movement right there. And if I can move that with my body weight, when you touch down this way and touch down this way, it's gonna got some worn out pins. I'll just double check. This would be the third time calibrating. So, all right. So stick is at a -90. That's straight up and down. Go check the instrument. Third time. Been good the whole time. We'll have to check everything else too. Okay, all done with that one. Let's hope it sticks. New cable, new backpack. Oh my goodness. What more does it want? We rebuilt the bucket sensor guard, put hydraulic hose all the way up, new cable on the stick. Or no, that's the bucket. Yep. Yeah, so all done. You can go back to work for now. I hope it stays that way.